All right, this week on our podcast marks the third guest appearance.
Second guest.
Third appearance of a guest.
Yes. Now that we finally have headphones, we can have guests.
I know.
Brooklyn is back.
Oh. Yeah, so if you guys don't remember our guest, Joe, we had him on the Brooklyn podcast. Everyone actually really liked Joe.
That's surprising.
He got like a lot of good reviews and people asked him to come back.
I was going to say that that's surprising and you stole it from me, Joe. How dare you?
Okay, so this week's movie is your choice.
This week is Alita Battle Angel. I'm Tyler.
I'm Shay.
And I'm Joe.
This is
cinematically correct. So, brief synopsis, I guess, to start.
Oh, God. Okay.
So...
Don't you have to press the button?
No.
Oh, he's thinking you have one of those cool fancy computers?
I don't have a mixer, Joe. This goes in on the fly after the fact.
That would be really cool, though. Just to have, like, a button that I could just, like, press. Like, I was like, what's that money guy in that TV show? And he's like...
Jim Cramer.
Yeah.
Sell.
Yeah. I want to be him. One day, Joe. That will be me one day.
Christmas.
Hell yeah.
All right. Anyway, back on track for the movie. Brief synopsis.
Brief synopsis.
Movie starts off by going to a junkyard.
This sounds like it's not going to be brief. What's happening?
A guy picks out a wrecked cyborg, puts it back together, names it Alita, and she turns into a battle angel. So she fights a lot of other cyborgs and against the system, I guess.
Okay.
That's the movie. Done.
Alita kicks ass the whole movie.
Yeah, that's the whole movie is her fighting things. That's done. Brief synopsis. Done.
And as the more the movie goes on, the more ass she kicks.
Well, yeah, because she gets upgrades. That just goes without saying.
Yeah.
I think we're going to start with the characters because that's what we normally do. First one was Christoph Waltz.
Yep, who played Dr. Dysonito.
Always think of him as a Nazi from Inglourious Bastards.
He played the best Nazi ever when he knocked on the floor.
You mean the worst Nazi ever? Like the best Nazi in finding all of the Jewish people to send to a concentration camp. That's a bad thing.
He played it well.
Okay.
There you go.
I refer to him as the dentist from Django.
That's true.
Also a bounty hunter in Django.
Isn't it Did Django?
True.
Django.
I thought it was Did Django.
No, it's Django.
The D is silent. Ignore the D, Shay.
I usually do. Okay, so the main character was Rosa Salazar, who we've previously done on a podcast.
Which one?
I'm sorry, that sounded so ridiculous.
Which podcast movie did we do?
Previously
Please
we did this on Bird Box. She was the love interest of Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, the cop that was in the movie just to disappear with the drug dealer.
Yes, the one that we made fun of the entire podcast.
We did actually make fun of her for the entire podcast.
Yes, and now we can make fun of her for her eyes, which are, in fact, as large as Alita's, and I never noticed that until now.
Real life anime eyes.
Seriously, she really does. It's kind of creepy.
And then... That's really odd. You just showed me...
Sorry, I had to show him a picture. Jennifer Connelly plays Sharon.
Yep.
Which you all seem to know from really nerdy things. I just know from He's Just Not That Into You.
Yeah, Beautiful Mind, Hulk. She's in
the Eric Bana Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not as nerdy as y'all. But so she plays a... Go ahead, because you seem to have a better handle on what she plays.
She plays a person cyborg with a glowy green...
I don't think she's a cyborg. She's from Zalem, but I don't think she's a cyborg.
She's the blue...
The blue dot means she's from Zalem.
Yeah,
hello?
I think that's a computer or something hardwired into her brain.
Oh, I thought it was just a marking letting us know where she was from.
No, I think that's part of...
I thought that too.
All right. Well, I thought it was a computer integrated with her nervous system and her brain.
Oh. I didn't get any of those vibes at all. I just thought okay.
Well, I thought that's how.
So
Ed Norton
only
controlled...
cyborgs live in Zalem?
I don't know, but I thought that's how Ed Norton was interfacing with all the people by beaming his consciousness down.
But he didn't interface with her.
I know. Well, he talked to her, but no, you're right. I think that's because she has one of her own, and he can't. Ha.
Okay, this is a storyline that wasn't in the movie.
Because the doctor took out his... He said that he took his Zalem thing out of his forehead.
Right, he took it out. He surgically removed it, so it was...
I thought it was just like a tracking trip. Like, you put in dogs.
Wow.
What?
They're putting tracking dots in people.
Yeah, that's what I
in a
thought.
floating city that is one place in the world. How lost can you possibly get?
Go ahead,
So
Joe.
are we doing Alita right now, or are we doing Unleashed with Jet Li?
I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's move on past her because there's a lot of questions there that I don't have answers to. Mahershala Ali.
Yes.
Played Vector.
He's always the bad guy.
Always.
In everything.
What else have you seen him in?
He was in so many things. He's in Moonlight. He won the Oscar for that. I haven't seen it, but I know that from his IMDb.
Green Book.
Green Book.
I think Joe has like the special edition of Green Book.
No, I don't have Green Book.
He was the bad guy. He was the bad guy from Luke Cage.
Oh. Well, when we went to the I don't know where we went, Best Buy or whatever. You were looking for that special edition of that movie.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
You're going to find the
Green Book.
Green Book special edition?
We went to Best Buy and looked for the special edition of Green Book. Joe and I. He didn't find it that day.
No, you're thinking of Moonlight.
Am I? It's
But
the same act.
It is the same actor, yes.
But you didn't get it?
No, I didn't want to buy it.
Okay. He's also going to be the new Blade. I'm actually super excited for that.
I liked the old Blade.
Yes, Wesley Snipes was an awesome Blade.
Yeah, but it's time to move on.
He was also season 3 of True Detective. He was really, really good.
I need to see season 1 of True Detective, so...
Yes.
You don't have to. They all mix with each other.
Well, she has not seen any of them.
Like you could watch season 2 on its own. You could watch season 3 on its own.
I heard season 1 was the best one, though.
Yeah, season 1 was the best. Season 2 sucked. Season 3 was good.
All right. Adding
So
it to the list of
season
things. We have so much to watch. It's so little time. It's unreal.
And then the last character that we wanted to talk about was Kean Johnson, who played Hugo, which the internet hated.
The internet hated him? I didn't hate him. I mean, it wasn't a spectacular performance, but it was not.
So why
bad.
did you think it was a good performance? Because from the understanding of the source material, it was supposed to be awkward. It was supposed to be no chemistry. He was supposed to just kind of be like almost like a throwaway character for her. So I don't know what he did wrong by being that.
I mean, I've never seen any of the source material, so I don't know. But I didn't.
Well,
think
Joe
that he
has.
did...
So Joe, what do you think?
I mean, of his character in the movie?
Yeah.
Compared to the source material.
Oh, I haven't read the manga, but I mean, I thought he did a good job acting wise.
I'm surprised you haven't read the manga. I figured you're that kind of nerd.
Oh wow! But I thank you. That's a compliment. But no, from what I've heard, the movie followed the manga pretty well. From what I've heard, so it would be cool to read it.
Well, I guess my question is, why does the internet hate him?
Because he's a second-rate Disney actor, according to them, and they didn't like that he was casted because he was ethnically ambiguous, in quotations.
Well, I don't know why that matters.
I don't know either, but I'm not the internet. I'm just telling you what the outrage on the internet was.
Okay.
I thought you were the internet.
No, don't shoot the messenger, darling.
Huh.
So there are a couple other characters. I mean, there's the
Ed Norton,
who is in it for 30 seconds.
I mean, really, his chin makes an appearance is basically about it.
Basically. Then there was Zapan, the bounty hunter with the samurai sword.
Oh, I liked him.
Oh, it's not like... I can't remember his name anymore, but...
Ed Screen?
Yeah, that's it. Ed Screen.
There were the.
There was a lot of skaters, like professional skaters.
There was Gerwishka, bad guy.
I don't think I've seen him in much.
Well,
Jackie Earle Haley.
Jackie Earle Haley. The only thing I know him from is Watchmen.
Watchmen.
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street, Semi-Pro, The Bad News Bears.
Yeah, he is in all of those. Well done, Joe.
Thank you.
I told you he watches more movies than we do. Anyway, you don't need to stay with all the characters, so move on.
Let's go to... So, I liked Alita's personality in this movie, and I don't understand how they did such a good job. Like, I want to know how they did such a good job just fleshing out that she's so innocent and upbeat and perky, because you can't not like
keeping her childhood
exactly
innocence.
Yeah, even though she's a cyborg designed to destroy all human life.
Well, right, but I think they did a good job about establishing her personality before you knew that about her, so you kind of like
you accept that as part of her past that she doesn't even remember, so it's not really her fault.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, because she was cute and she kicked ass in the kid suit, but once she got her original suit in the adult body, I guess it is, it held all of her power because the kid body was holding her power back. She was awesome.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I would say that the fight scenes in this movie were very well choreographed.
Now, this is a PG-13 movie.
Yes.
Did you find the fight scenes surprisingly graphic, considering that it was a PG-13 movie?
I think they got away with it being PG-13 because it wasn't blood that came out. It was like the blue cyborg blood. It wasn't human blood, so that's why it was PG-13.
Well, yeah, it was a lot of robot violence, and
I mean, they killed a dog, so
that was I don't do well with dogs dying. I'm still traumatized from I Am Legend. Like, I can't deal.
Thing.
Yeah, I can't deal with that. Like, it's the worst. And she put the dog's blood on her face. Like, that is horrifying.
No, yeah, I have a problem with that. No.
Well, no, it was to honor the dog. She's going to.
I disagree. No, that's no.
I'm sorry. That's horrifying to me. Like, that bothered me.
I thought it was a nice tribute
to the dog.
To the dog. Yeah, the dog's already dead, so she put the dog's blood like underneath her eyes, like a football player, and then she was gonna kill the person that killed the dog.
But do you put the blood of like the football player you idolize on your eyes before you play football?
That's not the same thing.
Why is it not the same thing, Joe?
Okay, we're talking about a science fiction movie and then a real life game.
See, and this is my struggle with science fiction. I don't like things that cannot make sense in reality. It just doesn't.
I didn't think it was like football. I thought it was more like war paint.
Yeah, war paint, whatever. But yeah,
But still,
but
not
again,
appropriate.
Paint,
not appropriate.
Not blood.
Not appropriate either way.
The Blu-ray disc has Alita putting the blood on underneath her eyes.
Does it?
Yeah.
Like on the disc, like burned on like the copy, or
yeah, like that's the image on the disc. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the big promotional poster too, and it's like, you guys are really selling the whole dead dog thing, aren't you?
Well, we didn't know that from the poster, but then after watching the movie, that poster is horrifying.
Yeah, that's the one problematic part. I'm so cute.
There are a lot of problematic parts of this movie. There's a lot of things that don't make sense, or
yes.
I got that image as a tattoo on my whole back.
Now, Joe, I know this is a joke, but also it wouldn't surprise me at all.
No, it wouldn't be my whole back. I'd get it smaller somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you're exercising.
Moderation, Joe, is the key.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So Motorball was a big part of this.
It was, yes. Which is kind of like NASCAR mixed with Demolition Derby.
Okay, mister, I read the IMDb and know what the inspiration for it was.
Well, yes, okay. We do a little bit of research for this podcast. It's not all fun and games. It's actual work.
Okay, but Joe, for someone who didn't read the IMDb, I would have to assume, did you find it remind you of anything else?
Yeah, I didn't think, actually, NASCAR is a very good original point, Tyler. I would say it reminded me of rollerball, basketball, and Mortal Kombat.
What about Murderball?
What about Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
And Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah, sure, but those three are the ones that rollerball, basketball, Mortal Kombat is what originated with me when I saw it.
Originated?
I mean, those are all valid choices because there's a lot.
Kart?
Mario Kart, I can see that.
I didn't see
Also Celebrity Deathmatch.
turtle shells. I didn't see any turtle shells being flung. So.
There was a lot of projectiles being flung off of them as they were rolling. So
like heads.
Yes, and other weapons. They were allowed to use weapons as long as they were not outside of their body. I read the rules of Motorball. I don't know why I did that.
You read the rules?
Yeah, I
You're
did.
not allowed to use anything that's not connected to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which is why the whip fingers was okay, because it's still connected to you.
Exactly.
Which
So I
is
have a question.
Super cheap.
In like, you'll see people in Boston Common having like Quidditch matches. Do you think we'll be seeing them having motorball matches as well?
You mean like non-murderous motorball, maybe? Like.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Just throw that in there, yeah.
On just like rollerblades? Probably.
That's roller derby, isn't it? Really?
No,
Basically.
yeah, I guess.
Have you seen female roller derby? That is intense.
Oh yeah, those girls are beasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's yeah.
So we already have motorball. It's roller derby.
But they just need a ball.
Yeah.
A 40 kilogram 40 kilogram ball.
That's heavy.
Yeah, that's why they attack each other rather than carry the ball all the way through. That was in the rules.
I can't believe you read the rules to a fictional game.
Sorry.
You're the type of person that read the rules to Quidditch.
I probably did. Anyway.
Back to the movie. She gets her new body and basically goes on a murderous rampage to save the people she cares about for the rest of the movie.
Okay, but what you didn't talk about, what I want to know, is how do you feel about the fact that her father or doctor or whatever we're calling him is a bounty hunter merely because he lost his daughter to a cyborg?
I mean, I can understand bounty hunting for the person that was responsible for killing your daughter.
Okay, but he killed way more than that.
I mean, at that point, money's money, I guess? I don't know.
Joe, do you have any problem with it or anything?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I understand why he did it. Like, go after the person that killed your daughter, but all cyborgs weren't responsible for killing his daughter.
Yeah. Dude, you took it too far. You got the one person. Let it go.
Well, and they set it up at the beginning of the movie to make it seem like he was going to be kind of a villain because she saw him coming home with the blood on his arm and she realized that he's like I forget the name of the bounty hunter that they called him, but she realized that was him and she was chasing him, and then it was like all washed away because no, I am a murderer, but I'm doing it in the name of my daughter.
Oh, it's okay. I'm killing bad people, which I guess is...
It's like Punisher, I guess, right? Is that what I'm supposed to feel?
It's like a public service killing. Yes, you killed him, but he's a terrible person. Trust us.
But it also seemed like, just like with our legal system, their legal system was a little questionable because Hugo was able to make that list real quick and he didn't do anything wrong.
Well, their legal system is no legal system. Like, there's no...
Well, so you get
no
on the bounty
system.
hunting list by if you do something wrong. So
Right.
murder gets you on the list, but Hugo didn't murder, but they were able to figure a way around that real fast. So
Yeah.
that makes me wonder, like, other people on the list?
Oh, yeah. There are definitely people that shouldn't have been on the list that were murdered.
Right, so morals are a little questionable here.
Well,
Hey,
it's a dystopian nightmare future. Yes,
Can I
sir?
ask a quick question real quick?
Obviously.
Yeah, so throughout the movie, Dr. Ito was like, Alita, you have to eat, nourishment for your brain, blah, blah, blah. Why does she have to eat? She's not real. She's not a human. Where does it go?
Yeah, that question, I understood nourishment for your brain. I did get that because I feel like your brain does need, like, they call brain food and things like that. But where it
She's a
went,
cyborg,
I don't know. But her brain is real. Her brain is human.
Supposedly.
You never see her go to the bathroom in that movie.
Well, yeah, that's one of the questions we asked while watching the movie, like, because, they have a romantic relationship. Is she anatomically correct? Like, would the romantic relationship be able to be consummated? Is what I want to know.
No, I doubt it.
Well, it's the same thing as going to the bathroom. It's the same area of the body that it
It's
works.
the same area, but there's separate sections, darling.
I said area. I didn't say parts.
She could do hand and mouth stuff.
Thank you for that, Joe.
Oh man.
God. But I don't know. I don't know why that was necessary for having that in at all. I mean,
it must be true to the source material. Is the
probably.
only thing I can assume. But like, did she have a cyborg stomach? Or did she have to be like cleaned out like a vacuum?
That I don't know. There has to have been some exhaust port somewhere.
Or like a lining, like in a vacuum that you just take out and put, I
mean, probably.
I was expecting her to have to like drink like oils or something like you would see in like Futurama.
Yeah.
But anyway, good question because I have no idea.
There is no answer. Some things we will never know.
Apparently not, sadly.
I'll call James Cameron tomorrow and ask him.
All right, you let us know what he says.
Well, James Cameron wasn't really all involved because
it was his idea, though.
It was his idea, but he left to film Avatar sequels, like 7 of them.
That's true. I mean, it is his 600-page of notes that made this movie happen. It was Robert Rodriguez that I believe his name was that directed it. Apparently, he's super famous. I know nothing about him.
Oh yeah,
I don't even know who he is. I have no idea. So
I don't either.
I just saw that he was like super famous and he's done like a bunch of movies.
Yeah, he did. He was in. I believe he did the movie Death Proof, or was it Planet Terror? Quentin Tarantino did one, and he did the other.
See, Joe knows more about.
He did Planet Terror.
Oh, it was Planet Terror. Okay, yeah, I like that one better. That was Rose McGowan had a gun leg. That was sick.
So apparently he likes sci-fi, so that's probably why I know nothing about him.
He also did Spy Kids.
Okay, I've seen Spy Kids.
I just looked his IMDb up.
The other question, the big burning question, I guess, is Zalem. I have a lot of questions about Zalem, so I figure I'm going to pose them to Joe and see if he knows.
First, well, I have a lot of questions too because we never fucking went there.
No, we did not. And if we do not get a sequel to Go to Zalem, the ultimate tease of a movie.
Honestly, like Shay, you can ask me the question, but real quick, I thought, okay, eventually we're gonna see what's up there, and then it ended, and I'm like, okay, I guess this is gonna happen in part 2.
I hope so because that was frustrating.
There better be a damn part 2. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, the one information I was able to glean from researching is that the floating city of Zalem is set in Panama City. It's not floating, but it's hanging from a space elevator, which would only work physically near the equator, which is why they had to put it in Panama City. And that's why it's all Spanish buildings and you see Spanish signage because that's where it's set. That came from James Cameron. So that's the only information I was able to find out. But what I want to know is, one, why do we want to be at Zalem? Why does it look like the moon? Why do you get kicked off of Zalem? And I did understand that you could only get back to Zalem by either winning Motorball or in pieces.
Yeah.
But why? And why is Iron City hell? Because it didn't seem that bad to me. It just seemed overpopulated.
I think Zalem is I don't know, it seems like where like wicked rich people go, and Iron City is where like normal people go. Okay. Normal, you know what I mean?
Well, I think the why you want to get to Zalem is the grass is always greener, and you don't know what's up there, but you know your reality down here sucks.
But the bad guy lives in Zalem. Why would I want to go there?
Well, the bad guy always has money and or power and influence, so it's got to be better than here.
I don't think that's how that works.
The bad guy for the whole movie, I thought it was Tobin Bell, but then when he took his glasses off, I was like, oh, okay, that's not him at all.
That's Ed Norton.
Who's Tobin Bell?
Jigsaw.
Oh, I love him. No, he was too skinny to be that.
No, it's Ed Norton.
Yeah.
Instantly recognizable as soon as he took the glasses off.
The Ed Norton cameo means there has to be another, right? Like there has to be.
I thought.
You thought what?
Yeah, the Ed Norton guy. I was like, that looks like Colin Farrell, but now I know it was Ed Norton.
Well, it has to be. It has to be set up. But
so you have questions.
I asked him all my questions. He just doesn't want to answer them.
Oh no, go ahead.
So you want to get to Zalem because you know your life on Earth sucks.
Uh-huh.
What was your next question?
Yeah. First of all, you're doing them out of order.
Okay.
So I can't remember them all that well. But why does Zalem look like it's on the moon, where the rest of it looks like it's on Earth?
It's in the sky.
It's in the sky, but it's not in outer space.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's what you said. It just looks like it's in the sky.
I agree with Joe on this one.
They have like anti-gravity going on when they're fighting.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the higher you go, the more difficult it gets.
Okay, so you lose gravity when you're in an airplane, Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Next time I'm in an airplane, I'm going to see if I float.
We all float, okay?
No, that's next week's podcast, okay? Not this one.
What was your next question? I don't know.
Also,
I agree with Joe. It didn't look like the moon at all.
Okay.
No.
So the only ways you can get to Zalem is in pieces
Or motorball.
or motorball. Why motorball? Like, what is it about motorball that makes you good enough to go to Zalem? Is it just because you're fit and you could be a fighter? That's the only thing I could think of that made sense.
Maybe it's like Greek mythology where a hero finally gets put into the stars. I don't know.
Like Hercules?
Exactly. I don't know. There's no good answer.
Imagine if Alita was ripped.
Well,
like Hercules.
We don't know really what she was or. Wait, okay. Alita used to be human, right?
I think so.
I think so. I don't know.
So
but why would she have such a weird CGI'd face and all the other humans have regular faces?
Because she's a Martian.
Oh, that's right.
She's from the United Republic of Mars.
Yep.
So she's an alien. She's not a human. She's an alien.
And okay, is she there illegally?
We're going into politics, Joe. No. Bad job.
No. You said she was an alien. I didn't know if she came to Iron City legally.
Doubtful because she was fighting in a war of occupation. So
But
I'm gonna guess no. I'm guessing that she's an illegal alien.
You said it. I was just trying to get you to say it.
Well, he succeeded. Is there?
But
go ahead.
Yeah, she. I forget who figured it out. I think it was Hugo, but they knew that she was in Zalem before because she said, "Oh, the doctor picked up my parts, at the junkyard, and the only way to dispose of stuff in the junkyard was."
Well, it all comes down that giant butthole-looking hole in Zalem. It was just like
right
a trash chute.
It's like in the Avengers or something. I can't remember what it is.
Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, where it has all that stuff shooting down.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't see that.
No, so it's
see
just
Thor Ragnarok.
No.
Your nerd card needs to be returned. It's not DC though, right? Is that why?
Yes, that's exactly why.
I thought so.
So, history minute, I guess.
Well, does Joe have other things he wants to talk about regarding the movie?
Yeah. Real quick. Feels like this is the second time I'm doing this.
All right, easy there, Joe.
So this movie, it took place in the year 2563. I hope I'm alive when that year happens so I can compare and see if it's real.
I just want a damn
very
hoverboard
likely.
already.
You what?
I just want a damn hoverboard from Back to the Future already.
They exist.
Oh, you can buy one, but they'll explode on you.
Facts. And gross, but...
But yeah, so this movie, to me, it had the feeling of three different things. Ghost in the Shell, the PS4 game Detroit Become Human, and the movie Ready Player One.
I did get a Ready Player One vibe.
From the book that you read,
From
and
the
not
book.
the movie.
I've not actually seen the movie, but I've read the book.
The movie was good.
We're going to have to watch the movie because I enjoyed the book.
We're adding it to the list, or is it already on the list?
I think it's already on the list. But it did have a very dystopian hellscape future where there's overpopulation and life sucks in the future.
I think life seemed fine in Iron City. Like, I wasn't, other than the whole,
Except
bounty
there's
hunting
no
thing.
going to sit in front of a judge and have your day in court. It's you get your head chopped off and put in a tank somewhere.
This is sounding very political and pointed, and I'm going to walk away from that, so...
Yeah, are you really walking away, or are you just sitting down in a chair?
That one.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
So I have no idea. I've never seen Ghost in the Shell. I've never seen or played the PS4 game. I don't own a PS4.
Yeah, so how does it remind you of Ghost in the Shell since we're not familiar with it?
Well, I saw Ghost in the Shell once. Forgive me if I'm a little off on this one, but Scarlett Johansson's character was a human, and she got into an accident or whatever, and they put her head or her like memories into a shell, which was like another body with her armor, so it was like her shell, and all her memories and stuff would be inside it, so she was like a ghost, and the armor was her shell. The game Detroit Become Human, it was about androids trying to have freedom.
It sounds a lot like it. Maybe I'll watch that at some point. I just didn't watch it because of the whole drama with Scarlett Johansson playing in the movie.
I need an excuse to buy a PS4, so that's...
No, the Ghost in the Shell was, it was all right.
And now he's saying that the game that you mentioned, he'll also play because he needs an excuse to buy a PS4. So great. Thank you, Joe.
The game is awesome. It's one of my favorite games.
But it's not so good that you need to buy a PS4 for it, right?
Yes.
No, you definitely do.
Thank you, Joe.
Hey, you guys like to find deals. I'm sure you can get like eBay.
Thanks, Joe. You're very supportive. I'm so glad that I asked you to come on.
If Tyler's gonna spend money, I want him to get good deals.
Thank you so much, Joe.
Yeah, no problem.
Anything else anybody else wants to say about the movie before we do History Minute?
Well, you had something.
Go through my notes here.
All right, well, while he's looking, the only thing I wanted to mention was that as a part of the promotional part of the film, a 13-year-old amputee, Tilly Locking, was given a pair of Alita-inspired bionic hero arms for the film's London premiere, which I thought was really kind of cool that they did that. Cool. James Cameron did that.
I mean, James Cameron is, by all accounts, a nice person.
There was also a lawsuit for this film, but...
Not to work with. He's rumored to be not a very pleasant person to work with, but, I mean, that's a nice thing to do for a child.
It is, and it's great PR.
Well, that's probably why I did it. But...
I would have to assume.
All right. The only other thing that I have, really, is my History Minute.
Well, wait. If Joe has anything else, we don't want to move into new segments if he's still got things.
No, I think I'm good. I'll remember once we stop recording.
Yeah,
that's generally
always
our life.
The way. So, Tyler's History Minute, drum roll.
Tyler's History Minute.
So I wrote down that Damascus steel was mentioned in this movie, and Damascus steel is that very pretty metal with all the wavy patterns in it.
That was a very feminine way to describe it, but okay.
It's made by folding the steel over and over and over again on itself, so it has the patterns on it.
When was it mentioned in the movie?
The sword.
The sword
that the Zapan uses that he said he's not worthy of using.
Gotcha.
He said it slices through metal like butter.
Yeah. So, Damascus steel is actually a real thing. It's based, or it's named for the capital of Syria, because it's from the Middle East, and it was very highly sought after because it was much better steel. Then the next thing, the term cyborg comes from two gentlemen, Manfred Clynes and Nathan Kline, in the 1960s.
Uh-huh.
Although Edgar Allan Poe wrote a story about a cyborg without calling it a cyborg.
So Edgar Allan Poe really invented cyborgs, is what you're saying?
Well, yeah.
Is like the 1800s? Because
yes.
That's where Edgar Allan Poe was.
He wrote the story The Man That Was Used Up.
Huh.
And it's about a gentleman that goes to a house and talks to a guy that has to be put together by his servants. And he's not a man anymore because he's all machine prosthetics.
Wouldn't that make Frankenstein a cyborg?
No, Frankenstein is human pieces put together, not mechanical.
Oh, okay.
Frankenstein was a doctor. His monster is what you're talking about.
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
And Joe is right on that, yes. Frankenstein is the doctor, not the monster.
Yes. Anyways.
That's what I have for the history minute. Actually, Panzerkunst is German.
Say that again?
Panzerkunst, her martial arts fighting style, is 2 German words put together.
Okay.
And it means armor art in English.
Well, it was a very funny word to hear them say. It made me think of pansies every time he said it, so I'm like, that doesn't sound like very,
Well, the person that said it correctly was Christoph Waltz, because he's, I believe, Austrian.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay.
That's all I got. I'm done. Officially done.
So this week we're supposed to be promoting another podcast. We do love them. Positivity Wolf.
Do we?
We do. Yeah. We do. Positivity Wolf, they do Watch This Movie podcast. We've listened to them a few times. We'll actually be listening to them again this upcoming week because they did a movie related to the last movie we did, which was Saturday the 14th. It's another parody horror film, so looking forward to that. So if you guys need another podcast to listen to this week, do that, and we'll insert the promo here.
Hey there, I'm Eric. And I'm Brett, aka Mr. Positivity Wolfie T. We at WTM Watch This Movie talk about old movies, new movies. We do breakdowns, we do top 5 lists. We also rate movies that we've recently seen on our unique rating system. That's right. We're available on most podcast apps. You can check out our website at WTMWatchThisMovie.com. And you can check us out on Twitter at WatchThis_movie. We'll check you later.
And, okay, do you want to do Audience Asks?
Audience asks.
Yes.
There's really, not a lot. So, as usual, people have not seen it, and they're all making fun of you because you seem to always choose things that nobody's seen.
You picked Saturday the 14th.
That was an audience choice. That was not my choice. Thank you very much. Anyways, so let's see. So one of the questions was, and the nicest way to say this is...
There's no nice way to say this.
I've seen it pointed out that men liked the synthetic woman manufactured in this movie specifically to benefit men, both in universe and the presumed audience, but not the 3-dimensional human female protagonist. Why do you think that is? Because I am not a man, so I cannot answer that question.
Well, I think it's the internet is a male... Like, a lot of the dark corners of the internet are male-dominated. Mm-hmm. Whether it's Reddit, 4chan, and all of those places.
Right.
And they have this fictionalized kind of almost caricature of what a woman actually is because they don't talk to women.
So was she an ideal woman for men?
Well, it pairs the innocence with being able to take care of herself and do everything for you, but wanting to be around you and just happy that you're there.
So is this like the schoolgirl fantasy mixed with...
I don't understand it, darling, but yes, I guess.
Okay, Joe, do you feel the same way?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think if she has a, I don't know if heart is she doesn't have a, whatever.
She does have a heart. She took it out of her chest and almost gave it to her boyfriend. She has one.
Spoiler. Yeah, I think, I think she had a good heart. So that made her a nice person.
He's so sweet. He keeps things very PG.
I think it's more the character or the idealized woman that men dream about, but is not actual reality.
Okay, but physically though, was she? Because I didn't think.
Oh, she was sexy, yeah.
Really? See, I didn't see it that way. I mean, I know anime is known for that. Like they have a lot of scandalous cartoon characters, but.
Well, because it was combined with her badass attitude. She was a genuinely good person, and she looked good.
Okay. I didn't see it, and I'm usually
in the adult body.
I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily agree. It was a little bit too cartoony for me.
Okay, so 2 different men, 2 different things.
Yeah, 2 different things.
Okay, and then the other question was from Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast, and they said, this was James Cameron's baby for many years. How do you think it would have been different if Cameron had directed it?
we would have had blue aliens. Oh, that's Avatar. I'm
It
sorry. Probably would have, but yes. I don't know, honestly.
I'll be honest. I think the only James Cameron film I've seen is Avatar, and I hated it, so I am not a good person to ask.
You never seen Titanic?
I also was not a fan.
Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry. That was the longest movie ever, and there was room for 2 on that iceberg.
Okay,
the board.
Iceberg? You mean
the board,
the boat?
the door.
The door.
Not the iceberg.
The door.
But it's a 3-hour movie about something you know the ending to.
Yeah, exactly.
Spoilers, the ship goes
down.
down.
It sinks.
It sinks.
Yes.
Not in Titanic 2, The Resurrection.
Oh, jeez. But
I'm just kidding. That's not a real movie. I was just kidding.
I would not be surprised at all. Or it could be a porn title. But anyway.
The Terminator. It's a fantastic movie, James Cameron.
Oh, that's
Shay with the porn out of nowhere.
Just saying. I mean, I would not be surprised. There's definitely a porn version of that movie.
And
There's
True
a porn
Lies.
version of everything.
Yeah. What was the other one?
True Lies. And Terminator.
Oh, I did like True Lies. Okay. So, but those aren't really his sci-fi movies. So.
What do you mean? Terminator is by definition a
Okay, Terminator.
Yeah,
How
what
dare
are
you?
you talking about?
Terminator. Okay. I don't know
He's
how it
coming
would
back
be.
for Terminator Dark Fate.
See, I don't know
This is
how
like
I
the
feel
whole
about all
Rocky
the...
thing with him coming
There's
back.
75
Yeah.
Terminators and Rockies at this point. It needs to stop.
Yeah. But anyways,
And Rambo.
nobody's answering the question. So, how would it have been different if James Cameron directed it? Do we think it would have been different at all?
It
So-
would have been worse.
I think it probably would have been worse unless he went back to his roots, because I think Terminator was one of his first movies. And if it was more like that, it would have been great. But
Did he do Terminator, or did he just do Terminator 2?
he did Terminator, the original.
Oh, he did the first one?
Yes. So if he was going back to that, it would have been great. Otherwise, it would be terrible. Comparatively.
Agreed.
Yeah. I think this was a much better movie without him being involved.
As if you just say. Okay, so I guess that's all I have. Is that all you got?
We have to do reviews. How dare you?
Oh, I'm so sorry that you have them all written down and you're ready to go. All right, Joe, well, do you want to give your review while he tries to find all his numbers?
Reviews.
Yeah, I want to do Joe's random fact. Random fact is right now, Oklahoma is beating UCLA 27, and Arizona State beat Michigan State in a thriller 10-7. The Oklahoma-UCLA game, it's in the second quarter.
Thanks so much, Joe, for the interesting and very related
College
facts.
football updates.
Yes.
Yep. But yeah, so my review. I really like this movie a lot. It's definitely one of my favorites. I'd give it a 9.
A 9.
A 9. Okay.
I think that's what you gave Brooklyn. Which is better, Brooklyn or this movie?
Well, they're two totally different movies. I mean, it depends on what mood you're in. If you're in the mood for a kick-ass sci-fi movie or a chick flick. Love drama.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I suppose that's fair. So Rotten Tomatoes has this at 60%.
Wow. Do you see any reasons? Did you scroll through the reviews at all?
Fresh.
60% is not fresh, Joe.
Yeah, 60% is the lowest you can get for being fresh.
Yeah. But then audience score had 93%. So more in line with Joe's review of 9 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what's yours?
I'm going to give it 7.75.
Wow. I thought you were going to go higher.
I mean, it was a fine sci-fi, but there was much better sci-fi movies. I mean, James Cameron, Terminator. Better.
You almost said Titanic.
Yes, we've been
I
talking
would
about
have
that.
loved if you had said that.
James
Anyway.
Cameron, Terminator. Better sci-fi movie.
Okay.
So
Well,
there are so many classics out there. It's hard to rate it above 7.75.
yeah. I was actually going to give it a 7, so I'm actually really surprised.
Wow.
Because I thought that I was going to be the lowest one here. But
You are the lowest one.
you are the weakest link. Goodbye. I was going to give it a 7 because there's just too many unanswered questions. And I know that there's supposed to be a sequel, but like that.
Get on that,
There were so
gentlemen.
many things that bothered me throughout the movie where I was just like, I don't understand. It made it really hard for me to like enjoy the movie that much. Plus, I really hate cliffhangers. I'm just not a fan.
I do hate that as well.
Yeah. So
loses points there.
But it was a good movie, and I did like the CGI. I liked that it was seamless, and I liked that it wasn't so unrealistic that it jarred me.
Can I add?
Yeah.
Can I add one thing?
Of course.
When I saw the movie in theaters, the CGI was much more recognizable. When I watched it on Blu-ray yesterday, it didn't blend in perfectly, but it wasn't as out there with her CGI face, Alita.
Okay, so watching it in theaters will definitely have a different effect than if you watch it on Blu-ray, for sure. We only saw it on Blu-ray, or whatever we saw it on. Not
we
really
saw it on
Blu-ray,
high
but
def.
High def, yeah.
So
we didn't see it in theaters. So I'm sure we have a little bit of a different view of the character than Joe
our
does.
TV's fairly large, but
Yes.
How big is it, Tyler?
it's either 55 or 60.
Okay, guys, we don't need a measuring contest here.
That's neither here nor there.
Mine's 55 inches also.
Yeah.
Okay, God, now I'm
So
just...
moving on. So next week is
The current movie,
the current movie.
which I chose.
Oh God, help us all.
Yeah, so we're doing It too, because we need to discuss our lovely viewing of It 1 at the beginning of next week's podcast, and then see.
Great.
Yeah.
That's gonna be it.
It's going to be great. It's really exciting.
It is going to be great.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Find us on Twitter.
find you on Twitter. You're on Twitter a lot.
Yes, I'm on Twitter all of the time.
Yeah, so if you guys want to listen to us or talk to us outside of the podcast, I'm on Twitter. Blame Tyler. CC is Tyler's, and I am at Cinematically C. Email cinematicallycorrect@gmail.com. We're on Facebook, but we're never there. And yeah, so thanks to Jake Dathis Music for intro and outro music, and we'll be back next week with It
Yeah. It too.
2. Yes.
Okay, so my Instagram is JoeQ90 and my Twitter is JoeyThunder55. Haven't been on there lately, but yeah, you want to add me?
All right. And thank you, Joe, for joining us, and thank you everyone for listening.
Goodbye.